Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Miss Adams, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you so very much. We're definitely humbled by your presence
Oh,
and by you taking time out of your busy schedule to join our future leaders of tomorrow here in Chicago. So thank you. We're so humbled.
oh, stop. I'm humbled. This is amazing. And I'm so happy to be here. And I will do and help and answer whatever questions you have. And if I could shed any light on anything, I'm here for that. So,
Definitely. No, thank you so much. I will introduce you right quick, and then we'll be as time effective and time efficient with with your schedule as much as possible. So after I do brief introduction, we'll jump right into the Q&A. So
sounds good.
yeah. So without further ado, on behalf of SCJR Educational Initiative, we have a very special guest joining us today. She is on the Mount Rushmore of all-time greats when it comes to the lethal combination of beauty and brilliance, as illustrated from becoming the greatest biology student in the proud 44-year legacy of Concordia University, Irvine. Go Eagles. Her her grace hasn't been seen on this plateau since Josephine Baker, Billie Holiday, and Dorothy Dandridge.
Oh,
Her elegance hasn't been seen since Lena Horne, Halle Berry, and Beyonce. She has gone on to be recognized as the real life version of Wonder Woman, whom is considered a role model, hero, and idol to tens of millions of young ladies all over the world. In the words of the legendary Gloria Estefan's #1 hit single back in 1989, Get On Your Feet, please get on your feet for America's favorite bachelorette, the iconic, incomparable Tashia Adams.
wow. Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you so much for having me today.
No, thank you. And before we go straight into Q&A, joining us is the following representation here today. Students from the Barack Obama Learning Academy. Go Eagles out there as well. The Decatur Public School District 61 honor roll students, Hoyne Elementary School, William W. Carter School of Excellence, Thornwood High School, Miss Chicago 2020, Monica Nia Jones. Way to go, Miss Jones, holding it down for Miss Chicago 2020. Christina Johnson, senior from Kenwood Academy, and the captain of her after school vanity modeling program, Martin Luther King College Prep. Sierra Evans, honor roll senior from Morgan State University, HBCU, and Chicago Public School alumni and current band members from University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. We see you out there, Golden Lions.
Wow. Hi, guys.
How are you? How are you?
Such iconic people to be in a, I would say in a room with, but this is Zoom. So a Zoom room. This is amazing. I'm doing
Yeah.
great. Thank you. How are you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're doing great, and we also have students from South Shore International College Prep joining us as well. Go Tars out there, 75th and Jeffrey. My first question is, you have such a huge fan base, as you can see right now here in Chicago. Have you ever been to Chicago?
Oh my gosh, I have not been to Chicago, which is such a shame because I hear it's amazing. I heard not to go when it's winter time though, because it's very cold. But I'm sure I'll make my way out there relatively soon.
Definitely. We'll make sure to that'll be our homework assignment, is to make sure we get those flight reservations for you this summer, because there's so much to do definitely here in Chicago.
I would love to come out and say hello.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I also have another question for you. What was the toughest part of 2020, the year 2020 for you personally? We've all have been through it collectively, currently in Chicago. For the most part, we haven't had in-person classes since mid-March of last year. So we're 2 weeks away from the 1 year anniversary of the last time we had in-person classes in Chicago. So it's been a tough burden on everybody here. What was the toughest part for you personally in 2020?
I mean, like you just said, a lot went on. And there's a lot of key points that I could speak on. But I have to say, I think it's really just learning. I've never been on my own entirely and having to deal with so many emotional traumas on my own and not really being able to identify exactly what that might be, whether it be with COVID and everything shutting down and not even being able to be like creative anymore. Like I felt like in a box and it didn't feel like myself. And then I felt like when BLM was at its peak and so many people were, in the streets and I couldn't identify why it hurt me so bad. It was very hard to learn how to vocalize that. And I think that was really tough for me. Because I feel like it was just so deep rooted and I saw the pain in like my father's eyes and other family members' eyes and a lot of my friends. And it was just like an unspoken pain that we're seeing firsthand, but it was new to a lot of people. So
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Um, it is it true?
hmm.
Rumor has it
Oh
that
no, there's
yeah,
rumors.
yeah, we just want to know if it's
Rumors.
we just want to know if it's fake news or not. But is it true that you was a Girl Scout for 12 years as a kid? 12
It's
years.
It is true. It is true. From kindergarten to, I want to say, how old was I? Sometime in high school. Yeah, I was like junior year of high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And inquiring minds want to know what was out of all of the Girl Scout cookies that you sold, what was your favorite?
Well, Thin Mints, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but they used to actually have this one lemon. It was like I think it was called a lemon cooler, and they were like the shape of a lemon,
Mm.
and they were so good, but they were only around for 1 year.
Oh
And
wow.
my mouth is starting to water just thinking about them. Ever since then, they haven't been able to replicate it.
Uh,
But those were also a really good cookie.
oh wow. So we're gonna go to one of our special correspondents, Miss Chicago 2020, Monica Nia Jones, who I believe is the CEO of the Taisha Adams fan club here. Is Miss Jones in the house?
Yes. Hi, Tasha. I'm so excited to be on this call. I have loved you since you were on Colton season to Bachelor in Paradise and also your season of The Bachelorette. So glad that I'm able to talk to you here. Okay, so my first question is, do you remember your first relationship?
Like relationship. Yeah. And it was actually a surprise in college.
Mhm.
So I didn't have dating on my mind, but also my dad was very strict with me. So boys was something I had to stay away from. um, but yes, my first relationship was in college and I actually ended up marrying him. So
I think I remember you talking about that on your season.
mhm.
Okay, next question. What are 5 words you would use to best describe yourself?
I would have to say I'm loyal. I am very bubbly, enthusiastic, however you want to call that. Um, I'm dynamic. Um, I'm trustworthy, and I don't know. I'm a goof. Is that okay to say that? Like
That's
I don't
fine.
take
We have
myself
our,
too seriously.
it's always good to, have a little goofy side to not always
Exactly.
I'm the same way, so I completely get it. Okay, Stanley, do you want to take it
Yeah.
back?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. Thank you, Miss Chicago 2020, Monica Nia Jones.
Wow. That's an
Yeah.
amazing accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sierra Evans, honor roll student from Morgan State University, home of the Bears. Are you ready with your questions?
Yes, sir. I'm not gonna say how are you, even though that's usually how I start off, but I can see you're doing amazing.
Oh, you're so
Yes,
sweet.
thank you for speaking with us like everybody else has been saying. I'll pretty much dive right in. Do you have any special coping mechanisms in dealing with surviving day to day in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic? Because really, personally, it's been driving me insane.
You know, it's going to sound so cliche, but I love running and I love working out and getting outside. It just motivates me to get up and start the day and be productive if I do it the first thing in the morning. It's literally roll out of bed, put on workout clothes and go. And I think that's what kept me going and not feeling, because it's very easy to stay in that warm bed and stay in your pajamas and not want to get dressed and move on. So it's literally the first thing I do to have a productive day.
That doesn't sound cliche at all. It actually sounds like something I need to do. I need to embrace. If you could rub some of that over here.
I got you, girl. I'm sending it on over.
Definitely need that. And with what you know now, would you participate in another reality TV series?
I think my run is probably done as being a contestant, if you will. But hosting, maybe not. I think that sounds more up my alley these days. But I also never say never. You never know what's going to happen.
Very true. Well, it was great speaking with you. Thank you on that little insight, because I have, I contradict myself when it comes to reality TV and television.
It's a fun world, but thanks, Sierra. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. And Mr. Coleman.
Thank you, Miss Evans. Go Bears from Morgan State, HBCU. Yep. Light Davis, I believe, has a question or two for you. Light, are you ready? Oh, okay.
I was having a
Okay, go ahead, Light. Or we can.
Second. Something wrong with my.
Let me know. Let me know if we need to go back.
Okay.
You ready, or you need to go back?
I need to go. Yeah, I need to go back.
Okay.
My camera.
Okay, that's fine. We'll circle back. Coach Deloach and Barack Obama Learning Academy, I believe, has a couple of questions for you. Coach Deloach.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and good morning, Ms. Davis. Good to see you. Taurus, are you ready with your question, dear?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Who was your favorite teacher growing up to help motivate you?
Well, I have two. Mr. Powers was my English teacher, and he was probably the first person to really make me believe in myself, and learning something. Coming from nothing. I was not a good writer growing up, and he was a phenomenal AP teacher in English. And he said, you have to start somewhere and you're going to keep writing different paragraphs every single day. And I noticed an amazing growth in my writing towards the end of the year. And I wish he could have traveled with me each grade going forth, because it's such a skill. And you have to remember, you might not be good at something now, but it doesn't mean you're not going to be good at it down the road. You just have to keep trying.
That's great. It only takes one teacher to help push you forward forever.
It really does. It really does.
I'm glad you found that teacher. Miss Barrett, she's our teacher cadre at Barack Obama. You have a question?
Yes. Did you learn anything new during the quarantine? I know sometimes people will say, I've got this goal, I'm going to try this, a new language, some kind of different yoga. So I want to throw that out to you. Did you learn anything new during the quarantine?
What did I learn new during quarantine? I will say, I know I did burn a couple of recipes. So, I'm not the best cook. How about that one? Okay. As far as other things, let's see. I was never a fan of doing at home indoor workouts, and I learned actually how to do that and what's better for my body in that regard. I'm very used to going to see a trainer or just going to a gym setting and just having my patio to work from. I guess I learned how to do that, and that's like an easy one. Oh no, she's muted.
You're on mute, Miss Spirit. All right, thank you. Mr. Coleman, back to you.
Yes. Okay. So I know that education was extremely important to you, as you alluded to earlier. You have such a phenomenal dad and phenomenal family support base growing up. You're an honor roll student at Concordia College, Irvine, majoring in biology. How important was time management in balancing your class load? Because we have a lot of current college students and high school senior students getting ready for that tough transitioning from being a high school senior, being at the top of the hill at their respected high schools, to entering college. So how important was time management for you?
Time management is imperative. Um, Especially going from taking on, a little bit of an easier workload, but in a conducted environment, as opposed to basically being on your own. And in college, you're really left to your own resources. And for me, I had to learn best as to when I was most productive. And that's usually in the library, in one of those, you know how you could rent a cubicle kind of setting.
Mhm.
I figured, like, if I had a whiteboard and if I had all my materials and I just kind of stowed away for a couple of hours, that really, really, really made me productive. You kind of just gotta say goodbye to the friends for a quick minute. They will always be there, and just buckle down and you'll get it done.
Absolutely. We we're gonna go to Light again. To Light, you ready?
Yes,
All right.
hi. I'm having issues with my camera, but I can still speak. I'm here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I had a question on, like, now that you have been on reality TV and have been a bachelorette, how can you determine real friends from fake friends now that you're in a new light and you're put on a pedestal? I don't want to say put on a pedestal, but you're seen in a different light.
Yeah. I've experienced a lot of change in my friends, which is really sad and unfortunate, and friends that I've had since I was really young, actually. And the biggest difference that I noticed is people that are genuinely happy and excited for you, and people that kind of want to minimize your success and, try to take away from an accomplishment, or just like not being present at all. And so how I kind of determined who's really there for me and who's not is people who actually listen and people who show up, without you even having to ask them to. You know what I mean? Checking in is so, so, so important. And even myself, like, I learned through that process, like, you know what, I really need to check on my friends even more, because I know how much it means to me when my life is crazy. But again, anybody that tries to diminish or take away from you being on top in your own world for a second is probably not someone that has the best interest for you, which is unfortunate, but true.
Yeah, I've been going through the same thing now with quarantine and learning so many new things. I'm just like, okay, I have to deter. Like, is holding on to this friend a benefit for me, or is it holding me back? Like, is making new friends a benefit? Because it's harder nowadays making new friends. It seems like everybody's out to get something. So it's like, man, I couldn't imagine being in the light of the world with social media nowadays.
It is really hard. And at the same time, I always try to see like the best in people originally. Cause if you're constantly walking up or walking down the road with a guard up, you're not going to meet anybody, and no one's going to want to like approach you and talk to you and all that kind of stuff. So you have to be open, but also protect yourself a little bit. And just keep doing you. And if that person starts to tear you down, you got to just kind of move on. Like I said, I lost some friends that I have had since I was in 2nd and 3rd grade. And that's because they truly were just like, oh yeah, that's cool. But like, what's so special about that? Or wouldn't even show up and, support me in any way. And, would talk behind my back kind of thing. And it's just like, that's okay. I'm going to have to say my piece, forgive you, and move on. But at the end of the day, you can't hold on to that kind of stuff. It's not good for you. It's toxic.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go to Christina right quick. I know we got a few more questions. We could keep you on here all day, of
Let's
course.
have fun.
But I'm looking at the Zoom shot clock, and
I
yeah,
know.
we're running low.
I'm so sorry.
But Christina, go ahead.
All right. Hi, how are you? First, I just want to say you look amazing. I'm a senior at Kenwood Academy, and my first question is, what is one of your favorite subjects in high school?
Ooh, I absolutely loved chemistry. And that was my other teacher that really changed the game for me. And that's why I became a bio pre-med student. He just he sold it. And I'm a math person too. So chemistry is a good one.
Okay, yeah, I had a good chemistry teacher, so I agree about that. My second question is, what was one of your favorite hobbies?
Ooh, hobbies. I grew up on a lot of sports. I've done everything. I've done basketball, volleyball, soccer, softball, all that kind of stuff, running, all of that. My dad made sure I was very active in sports. So I would just say sports, and that's probably why I, go back to getting out of your funk and quarantine is just moving your body and just getting up and just getting started and going.
Yeah, I understand. I like to stay busy, so I completely understand everything you're saying. So thank you for sharing everything.
Of course.
What is it like to be considered a hero and role model to millions upon millions of young ladies all over the world? Has it sunk in yet? Just the gravity of just your impact.
No, and just that alone makes you want to cry, to be honest with you, because it's just I think it hits me in waves, but also at the same time, like, I'm not trying to do anything but be me. And it means a lot to be able to be a person that someone like me can look up to, because I didn't really have that growing up. And so if it hits me. I can't even believe you guys know my name. Like, it's just weird to me. You know what I mean? I'm just a small town girl from Orange County and just doing my thing, but it means a lot.
And the last couple of questions, please promise to join us again before the end of the school year, because like I said, Chicago loves you. What is it like to have? How much pressure was it on you? Like, every week people were tuning in at the billions, not millions, but billions of people all around the world to watch you every week on The Bachelorette. How much stress, pressure, and burden was that on you? And how were you able to keep it all together with such grace and elegance?
Well, it is a lot of pressure. And it felt very heavy at times, just because, one thing about, being on reality television or just television in general is like, you're so open to criticism. You can be doing your absolute best and trying your absolute hardest and think about consequences beforehand, but it's not going to sit right with somebody. And I think that's kind of where I was getting my stress from, is just like, oh no, I wonder what I did this episode to like make people upset, or if this is going to be received wrong. And I think that's really where a lot of my anxiety kind of like stemmed from. But I've learned through the past couple of years is sometimes I just need to not watch it. That's what's best for me.
Yeah.
And if it's received well, great. If it's not, then okay, I tried my best. But it's not watching it and being surrounded by people that actually love and care about you and are going to tell you the absolute truth. Like, hey, did I screw up right here? Or did I not do that right? Let me know so I can better it. You know what I mean? Yeah. You need to be surrounded by loving people.
Definitely. And my last question, what advice, we have a lot of young ladies on the call right now that are current high school seniors in college right now. What advice can you give our young ladies to push through and persevere against all odds? I think we only have like a minute 30 left,
You're
but
good.
if you could let us know let the young ladies know what they can do to have that resiliency and fight against all odds.
Do not worry about other people. You do you. No one is you. Nobody. So continue to stay on your own path. And at the same time, you cannot compare yourself to anybody. That I think that's like the biggest that crushes more dreams than anything else. So comparison is not your game, but being the best version of yourself, but also educating yourself and trying to figure out, learning. Like I said earlier, you might not be good at it now, but doesn't mean you're not going to be good at it later. So figure out what it's going to take to get there.
Yeah.
You got it. You guys all got it. I'm so excited for all of you, honestly. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you so much. Once again, please don't be a stranger. Chicago absolutely considers you a hero and role model. And we can't wait to speak with you again. Thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Absolutely. Call on me whenever you need me. I'm here for y'all. And I'm going to come to Chicago. So you guys better say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. We're taking care of the flight arrangements, all of that as we speak right
I
now.
love it.
That's my homework assignment. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are a pleasure. Thank you. Means so much.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Hey, Deja. Hey, Kylie.
Hey, Mr. Washington.